So this episode of the Candy in the Game was a really good episode. It had everybody in it, although it didn't really have everybody in the restaurant. It had everybody's storyline in it except for Shardo. Shardo and Torin. Oh yeah, Torin was there in the beginning. But I guess Shardo had like a little appearance, but y'all know I don't really fuck with Shardo like that. I really just feel like he's dead weight and he could be off the show entirely. Get Shardo the fuck off this show, okay? Go back to Blaze. You're boring. But the episode opened up still. Chandrika is on this motherfucking witch hunt, trying to find who the fuck ratted her ass out. So she went and talks to Torin. She takes him over to his car. She leaves the fucking host stand. Okay, she said, fuck this job. I'm tired of hosting anyway. I need to find out who the fuck snitched on me. So she gets up from her job and she goes outside to go sit in Torin's trunk with his, it looked like he had dead plants in the back of his trunk. I'm like, what the fuck is this going on? Ugh. And when I think of plants, I just think of bugs that be in the pots that's gonna come out of the pots and crawl on you once they feel you sitting down causing vibrations and shit. They're like, ooh, what's that? None of your fucking business. Get off of me. But anyway, she sits down, she's talking to him, and she's like, look, I'm trying to figure out who the fuck said this shit. And then he like, wait a minute. Did you say it? And she like, well, I think she either said she didn't know or she said no flat out. And Torin's like, look, just leave it the fuck alone because you're going to make it bigger than what it is, and that's not what we're trying to do. Finally, somebody who has some goddamn sense. But y'all know Chandrika stubborn. Stubborn Chandrika. Dreek is gonna find out who the fuck snitched, okay? Because after she pumped it from his ass, she pumped it to Shardo. And Shardo said no. And then she went and asked Marie, and she was like, and Marie said no. Here's the thing. She was like, everybody said no. She's so fucking dinky. She like, everybody said no, so I don't have no more suspects. First of all, if somebody did say this shit, of course they're gonna say no. You gotta look harder and deeper. You need to be setting shit up like, yeah, they was saying like that I said they ain't give a fuck, and I'm just trying to figure out where they got that from. Like, who the fuck been saying I said they ain't give a fuck? But instead, she asking each and everybody individually. She ain't trying to put no batteries in nobody's back or nothing. She just like, oh, well, they said no, so I guess like, nah, that's not how you do a real witch hunt. A real witch hunt is like, excuse me, a real witch hunt is like, oh yeah, I would hate to start telling Kandi and Todd what the fuck they what people have said to me about them. I hate to be that type of motherfucker up in here, but hey, if I gotta be it, I gotta be it. I mean, at least try to put some type of fear in people. So like, oh wait, on second thought, maybe I did hear so and so say. You know, she ain't do none of that. She just took the first answer. Was like, I guess that's it. But Shardo, see, you know, I always wasn't fucking with you, bitch, but soon as you have the conversation with Chandrika, you want to go fucking run your mouth over to Don Juan about what the fuck is going on. Like, you don't know if that would have got her in trouble or not. I don't like Shardo. I don't like, so far, if she did say it to him, I feel like he would have been the one who snitched. That was not cool. Like, don't be running off and telling management what the fuck we talked about in private, especially for some shit I'm doing I ain't supposed to be fucking doing. That wasn't cool. And she ain't brought it up. Maybe it'll come up next episode, but Shardo really need to go back to Blaze. Like I said, put Maria on the show next season. Put Juju on the show next season and send his ass up out of here because I don't give a fuck about that bitch. And he don't dress that nice. That loud ass sparkly gray shirt he had on, like, why the fuck is you wearing that to this restaurant? This is a restaurant people come to get fried chicken and macaroni. This ain't no restaurant where people come to get lobster thermidor and motherfucking crab. I mean, well, crab legs kind of ghetto to me. Lobster thermidor and I don't know, shrimp macaroni. I don't know. This ain't that kind of restaurant. Why are you overdressing? That's why nobody gave him a compliment. Everybody was like, oh, this shirt. Yeah. Cool. You know, everybody was just trying to make sense of it rather than compliment your ass because it was terrible. So Don Juan, he gets the info from Shardo snitching ass, and then he pulls Dreek outside, and he asks her, he was like, well, what if you said it? And she was like, I didn't say that. And then so he pulled up the Ring camera and was like, and showed her, bam, point blank in her face. I feel like I got a hair on my lip. You know, it's always something wrong with me whenever I cut on this camera. I can't never just, it could be my mustache hair that's irritating me. Anyway, she's like, I ain't say that. And he was like, okay, well, here it is, bitch. Read it and weep. Well, look at it and weep. And she looked at it and she looked like she was about to weep, but she bust out laughing instead. He like, look, you trying to figure out, you think somebody said it, and or you think you feel everybody else feels that way. I'm trying to see that you feel that way too. Just be honest and stand on your shit. And she was like, okay, I guess I'll stand on my shit now. Like, yeah, bitch, you don't have a choice since he caught your ass. See, it just kills me. She did this witch hunt the whole time. Like, it's like she really believed she didn't say it. Or maybe she was saying like in the context of how she said it wasn't the same as saying they didn't give a fuck, but it wasn't really making no sense. Drake, next time, just stand up and own your shit, because this was it. And it just, because y'all know I don't think they do these episodes week by week by week. So I'm just, how long was she doing this witch hunt? Like, did a month occur? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, so speaking of Don Juan had a conversation with Brian about Brian's sobriety, because Pebbles let the bell ring that, she found wine in his book bag, and underneath the book bag was a canister. I guess this is stuff he used to use when he used to drink vodka. And Brian was very transparent with Don Juan. He's like, yeah, I'm drinking wine, but I'm just drinking wine socially. I'm not drinking the way I used to drink before, where I would just drink gallons of vodka a day and 8-ball and Adderall pills and cocaine. Like, when he was saying all that kind of shit, I'm like, man, what is his lungs and kidneys like right now? Like, I don't think he needs to drink at all. I think he just needs to drink, excuse me, I think he just needs to drink water and like tea and detox and all that kind of stuff. Because I don't know how the body works, but I feel like a lot of fucking shit has been done to his vital organs. And you don't need to be drinking no more poison. You just need to be drinking water. Your piss need to be coming out crystal clear for the next 30 years. Because I just think by the time 50 hit, he gonna be hurting. He gonna need medication, because he did some shiz naive to his body. Like, I can't even imagine. He may need a goddamn, like, a gallon of vodka a day. I can't even imagine what that's done to his body, y'all. Sheesh. But anyway, he was very transparent. It's like, I'm not drinking the way I used to drink. Like, but if I go out, I may have like a little something, but I'm not drinking. Like, I'm not an alcoholic anymore. Cause that's what it was. He was an alcoholic. If you somebody who wake up and you need a beer, if you somebody who wake up and you need fucking, you need a goddamn Smirnoff or something like that, you're an alcoholic, because like I said, you need it when you wake up. You need it throughout the day. That's what makes you an alcoholic. If you can't just go drink no juice and sit the fuck down for the rest of the day, then you're not, or no water. Like, I love drinking water. Like, I drink water. I drink 3 bottles a day if I'm working, and I drink more if I'm not working. So I just try to make sure my water intake is on fleek, and make sure my piss is clear and it don't stink. I'm like, just imagine what his piss was smelling like. Man. But anyway, Brian was very transparent with Don Juan. And Don Juan was like, I'm doing this because I care about you, and I don't want anything to happen to you, and I feel fucked up because I didn't say I was part of the problem and not part of the solution, which was great. I was happy to see that from Don Juan. I feel like Don Juan generally cares about everybody, but he's just he's stern, but he's not as stern as Philip. So speaking of Philip, he and Don Juan, later on in the episode, they confront Brandon's stupid ass, because they also got, Don Juan was exposing everybody on the Ring cameras. I'm just like, man, everybody in here is stupid, because how don't y'all see these Ring cameras? I don't feel like they that damn hidden for y'all not to know. I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, so he pulls up the footage of him and Dominique fraternizing in the goddamn office. And, Brandon, he took it like a G. He ain't try to deflect. He ain't try to say it's not what it looked like. He was like, you know what? It is what it is. We've been outside of work. We've been dating, this, that, and the third. And they like, you gonna have to make a decision, because we cannot have this here. This is conflict of interest. And, that's not gonna work. And he's like, well, shit, I'm okay with her going to another location. Just threw her under the bus. Like, you can't speak for her in this moment. And he's like, nah. I mean, technically, yeah, she should be. One of them should go to a location, but another location. But I think what Philip and Don Juan was coming from was like, no, you're the manager. So if anybody has to go, it has to be you. And if I'm not mistaken, that's always how it is. I think the person who's a manager has to leave. Nope, that's not true. Well, it could be at different places, but I remember working at Sam's Club. There was a married couple there. One of them worked in the what did she work? I think she worked I think they both worked in the meat department. At first, I think they both worked in the meat department at first, but they worked in different departments of the meat department. I don't think they were coworkers in that sense. And then she stayed there, and then her husband worked overnights, and then her husband ended up becoming the overnight manager. Yeah, I think he became the overnight manager. And then even though they worked on two different sides of the goddamn like schedule, they ended up sending her ass to Walmart because the conflict of interest. But Sam's Club was a terrible fucking company anyway, so that probably wasn't even the best example. But what I do know, sometimes people do have to ship out when they're dating. But this is all the result of them being fucking stupid and not being smart enough with their personal business. Like I said, they literally did that shit in front of everybody and was trying to act like they weren't dating. It was the stupidest fucking thing ever. Like, it was the stupidest display of a quote unquote low key relationship. Like, and you would thought people in their 30s would have more sense than that. Be that as it may. So he goes to talk to Dominique, and, he tells her, like, look, at first she thought, he was dumping her. And he's like, nah, I'm not dumping you. We just got to be more professional. We got to act like we ain't together. And then it's like, okay. Y'all still on a TV show, though. So if Kandi and Todd see that y'all still in a relationship, but y'all just acting like y'all in a relationship no more, the point is y'all still in a fucking relationship with something that can't happen. So they see y'all playing. Like, they probably gonna be like, okay, well, next time, since we seen this episode, we either gonna fire them, or we gonna make sure they transfer to another location, or we gonna ask them to quit. Either way it go, it probably ain't gonna work. Just acting like y'all professional, because y'all ain't supposed to be in a fucking relationship. But that's enough on them hoes. The main course of this episode was Todd being in the kitchen. Now, Mama Joyce was like, this is what Todd needs to be, because, he trying to act like he doesn't know. Like, he wants to be the dictator. He wants everything to go his way, but he doesn't know how things are supposed to go his way. Like, he doesn't even know the way things are supposed to go in the kitchen. So he agrees to go in the kitchen. He bought his motherfucking, his uniform. He had his no-slip shoes. He was up in there suited and booted, along with the old lady gang, along with Kandi, along with the rest of the managers. I think all the managers went in the kitchen doing it together. I don't think I've seen any other employees. You had Don Juan expediting, and Todd was doing the cooking. Now, everything was going smooth until things got a little hectic, and Todd started to lose his patience. At first, he was bragging, talking about how easy it was. Then when shit got hard, he was like, yo, y'all ain't fucking training nobody. Like, how does this work? Well, this is how it's been working the whole time. And if that's true, the restaurant been open 5 years and you ain't know it's been like that, Todd? That's ridiculous. See, Todd is terrible. Todd is terrible at being a owner, a CEO, because, like I said, this is the same light bulb head motherfucker that feels like his patrons at his restaurant could be without power for 2.5 to 3 hours because he don't want to fucking get a generator. Like, if you feel like something's wrong with the kitchen, or you feel like they don't cross-train in the kitchen, you've been there 5 years. How don't you know that? And how haven't you fixed it, you dummy? Like, it was stupid. But he's over there rolling eggs, which they said was the easiest thing. And then he was making macaroni. Kandi was doing sweet potatoes. She was like, y'all change my recipe. They have to change the recipe, Kandi, because they're producing it at a large scale. Therefore, a lot more ingredients is going to have to be used, and things are going to have to be done a little longer. Like, it's going to be more mass produced because they're producing it for a lot more people. You will probably cook what you cook, maybe for 8 people. Depending who all in your house. That's Blaze, Ace, Kayla, Riley, Todd, Mama Joyce,
and whoever else random y'all might have come over there, you might make that for just them, all in yourself. But they're making it for everybody in the restaurant who won't who may or may not want sweet potatoes at the time. Therefore, shit would have to change. But it was cool. Todd came out that shit and he was like, I'm never doing that shit again. Never. So I hope he leaves Melvin the fuck alone. Because like Mama Joy said, if Melvin wasn't related to Kandi would have Melvin would have been fired by Todd. My Aunt Bertha said, and Melvin would have liked to whoop that ass. Aunt Bertha said, I hope I got that right. But yeah, Aunt Bertha was hilarious this episode. That producer was tapping on her. I'm like, why the fuck is you tapping on her? Just call her name or gesture somebody to get her attention. But he tapping on her. She turned around and tried to swat his hand like a fly. And she was like, you like the guy slapped just now. She said, if you young and you rich, I don't know if that producer rich or not, but she was like, then you can feel all on the one. If you got the money, you can get a feel. And Bertha was hilarious this episode. Let's see. I think I touched all the bases. I think we went from Don Juan talking to everybody, Chandrika and her witch hunt. Oh, Patrick and Safari. So Kandi goes over to Patrick's house and they talk about the housewarming. He was saying how he wanted to have the housewarming, but Safari really wasn't with it. And Kandi was like, dude, I don't want you to be in this relationship and you're not standing up for yourself, because it seems like Safari's wearing the pants and everybody's losing sight of who Patrick used to be. It seemed like this is a whole new Patrick. This seems like this is Safari's Patrick. Not the Safari that she's in a relationship, but the Safari that she wants, the Safari version of Patrick. And they like, nah, you gotta. And here's my thing, because Kenny was like Safari wears the pants. I feel like whoever makes the most sense or whoever has like the most experience in a lot of areas, or whoever has like because, you know, like I said, one person's always going to have the most experience. And having a lot of experience doesn't necessarily mean anything if you ain't learned from the experience. But whoever the most wise is in a relationship, I think is the person who should wear the pants. Like, if I've been through living situations, if I've been through financial situations, work situations, and just, you know, just shit like that. And I've grown from that, and I've learned from that, and I can put you on, and I can show you how to do these things, you know, a better way than I did when I went through them. Then I feel like I don't see nothing wrong with a woman wearing the pants, because it's like, you can't just say the man's supposed to wear the pants just because he's a man. He can wear the pants and he cannot know how to do shit, or he can fuck shit up. So it's like, it can't be the blind leading the blind. So I just feel like who's ever qualified is the person who should wear the pants. You know what I mean? But as far as, I think the main issue with Safari is like, she's changing Patrick, or she's not allowing him to be himself. And I think once he had that conversation with Kenny, he was like, you know what? I want to have the housewarming party and I'm going to have it anyway. And motherfucking Safari was like, I don't want Chandrika there, which is, of course, a valid thing. But it ain't really no big deal, because at the end of the day, Chandrika and Patrick don't fuck around no more and don't have any interest in fucking around no more, considering how they both been with their people for like a couple years or a year now. So it's like, what's the issue? It's like, you still insecure about something that never even took off into a relationship. They was literally just fucking. That's all it was. They was just fucking. You can't be insecure with somebody just fucking when you in a whole relationship. It's like, yeah, they was just fucking, but it didn't take off into a real relationship. So there's no point in being insecure about that. Everybody did just fuck somebody before, you know? And them motherfuckers, you can tell they don't like each other no more. Like, there's nothing there. They don't even want to talk. They speak, but they don't even want to talk to each other. So I guess she don't know that because she don't work with them, but I would imagine he would tell her that kind of stuff. But he decides to have the housewarming party anyway. He lets her know, and she's like, well, you know, he supports me, so I'm going to support him in this. But Chandrika ain't coming. That's not happening. The fuck. And, oh yeah, Mama Joe's got her booty done. That shit was funny. And her booty did look good for 72, but ain't really nothing much to talk about there. It looks like next episode, Chandra gonna be there anyway, but y'all know that's for the show. Y'all know it's for the show. You know, the producers like, Chandra, we need you at that party. We need to see this. We gotta get these ratings good for season 2. But I'm enjoying the show. Hopefully the ratings picked up, but I feel like the ratings would have fared better, like I said, if it came on before or after Housewives. That way people already getting ready to tune in for Housewives, so you just watch the show afterwards or they watch it before. I'm not sure if Portia's family was the same way, but I didn't even watch that. I'm like, I don't think Portia's that. I like Portia, but I don't think she's that interesting. And that whole relationship with that old ass ugly dude, I'm like, nah, Portia, I don't know what the fuck you doing, because that dude, he's not even attractive. Like, he's not even a good looking dude, and he's old. And it's like, Portia, if you want to date somebody for the bag, excuse me, there's plenty of people in Atlanta who got the bag, like the Atlanta Hawks, or they got the football team is the Falcons. Like, there's plenty of ballers in Atlanta who's closer to your age. Maybe she feel like them motherfuckers will cheat on her and he wouldn't, but it's like, nah. She been letting that dude fuck her. Nah, I'm not with it. Remember, then again, she had Dennis and he had money and he cheated. So maybe, but I'm just like, nah, Portia. I ain't fucking with that, so I couldn't watch that. But that's my review of this episode of Kandi and the Gang. I hope y'all watch this. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see y'all next week.